Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and happy late Independence Day. I wasn't able to get a chance to record this amazing figure that came in 3-4 days ago. And the thing is, I did a video on the Gorgo Legacy figure and said that we probably wouldn't be seeing this 30 centimeter figure until like the end of July, I believe I said. And it actually showed up the beginning of July. So I'm very excited to dive into this. I have been sitting and staring at this box, really wanting to dig into this and actually see this figure. But you guys know me, I have to talk about the box art, and then we will dive right in. So to start off, you see this amazing work by Chev. It is of Algra, who is stomping through London, and like nothing you've ever seen before. Gorgo, the 30 centimeter vinyl figure, fully painted, amazing detail, and sculpted by Dope Pope, which up here you get to see the Titanic Creations logo and Dope Pope's logo. So if we turn this box around, this is what it looks like on the side. It's just more of the artwork. Let's go ahead and rotate this one more time. This says here, this is the big one, Gorgo, like nothing you've ever seen before. The thing is, I had to chuckle a little bit, and Titanic Creations don't get upset at me, but this is just how my brain works. When I saw this up here, this is the big one. There is a country song by George Strait where he sings about, this is the big one, I'm falling in love. And when I saw that, I couldn't help but giggle and chuckle to myself. So with that out of the way, don't be mad at me. Here's the other side of that box work. It's just more of the shadows of the buildings in the background and the more detailed buildings in the foreground. So let's rotate this box around so that, and I love the detail on this. It's just so very detailed. So let's go on ahead and let's open up this box. I cannot wait to get my hands on this guy. So getting this fresh out of the box, being able to look at it, it is in a bag just like any other vinyl figure that you'd end up getting. It also has a plastic top and a plastic bottom to securely keep this figure inside. I'm going to go on ahead and take this out of the bag. I'm not going to do a camera cut on this. Wow. So here it is. Put this down here to keep that, to protect it later. Wow. Oh, there are a few scratches here and there. One here at the toe and a little mess up here. Nothing that a little paint can't fix. I mean, it's not like a deep cut or anything. This probably happened on the main conveyor belt kind of thing where they are painting these figures and getting them set up. But I mean, again, that's just a very small blemish that can be taken care of, you know, with paint. The one thing that did surprise me, and I love the detailing here. It's just so great, and this looks just like how it was in the film. When I got the box, it was a very big box. I mean, this is a huge box. This figure is 30 centimeters tall, and the thing is how surprisingly light this figure is. It is so very light, because again, it's a vinyl figure. I mean, even looking at it from the front here, I mean, it looks just like the film. So I'm very impressed with this. I really love how this figure looks, and it's a perfect addition to anyone's obscure kaiju collection if you have one. Again, the detailing by Dope Pope here is just phenomenal as always. The two Titanic Creations and Dope Pope, I mean, if, you know, who knows what we would have gotten. I mean, we would have gotten something amazing regardless. But with the combined efforts of Dope Pope and Titanic Creations, you know, we've been able to get amazing figures out of them. I just love how this thing looks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out the Gorgo Legacies posable figure and put it next to this thing, just to give you guys a really good size comparison. I mean, I know my hand here, you know, me touching it and moving it around, and just like any other figure, figure like these, you know, kind of like the not the SH Monster Arts, oh, now it's escaping me, but those giant figures, they don't move. Same thing with this. There's no articulation, there's no movement, the jaw doesn't move, everything is the way it is. But like I said, I'm going to pull out the Gorgo Legacy figure and show you a good size comparison. So here's a pretty good size comparison. This is 30 centimeters, and it actually makes the Gorgo figure, the mom Gorgo, Algra, who is with her baby right here, makes this look like the baby compared to this. And I love how they did that. I think they did that on purpose, so that if you have the first Gorgo, not the repainted figure, but the first articulated figure, you could actually bring that over and basically pose it with this figure, and it would look like the infant Gorgo. So again, this is such a massive figure. And here's a fun fact: Titanic Creations only has two giant figures. They've only got two. One, I believe they've stopped making. Excuse me. They've stopped making because the very first one was made in resin, and it was the Titanicus figure, the very first implication of the Titanicus figure, which I will be pulling out here in a second to show its size comparison to this. But that's a kind of a fun fact here. Titanic Creations only has two of these massive figures, only two. So, and when I found out that they were making a big one of this one, it's like, yep, I have to have it because I've only got the one big figure. So I'm going to do a small shameful plug here, and I'm going to have my figures in here. So this is the prototype. This ended up being a little bit too big, but this is the prototype just to see how it would look even painted. And so the prototype stands about 6 inches tall, and then there's the 3-inch figure. And again, just to show size here of just how big this figure is. Again, this is 6 inches to here. This is 3 inches to here. And the fact that this figure is still, I mean, it's basically 12 inches tall. Yeah, 12 inches tall. Because if I took him and stacked him on top of himself, he would be as tall as this figure. So it's just to show how big this thing is. But if you guys are interested, just a small little insert here. I still have a lot of these little guys left. They are up for sale. If you are interested, you can message me down below and I will be able to talk with you. These guys are $25 each, and it is $10.50 for shipping. So, and that's within the US. Outside of the US, I would have to look into that and see what which country you are coming or you are ordering from, and I would have to see how much it would be to ship to that country. So with that little shameful plug in there, oh, and this guy, even though he's a prototype, I am actually making a 5.5-inch figure. Those I will be printing here hopefully by the end of July, and I will start getting the 5-inch figure put together. The comic is still being worked on. That should be done as well, hopefully by the end of this year, and finalized and ready to be printed in mass. Like I said, by the end of this year to the beginning of 2025. So with that being said, I'm gonna pull out the massive Titanicus figure as the last comparison for this video. And here he is. This is one of my pride and joys here. When I found out that they still had a few of these guys left, and some of them were broken, I had to fix mine, which that's not a problem. But that was years ago, if Titanic Creations remembers that. And I know they do, but this was and still is my pride and joy in my kaiju collection, because of just, I mean, this is the very first real big figure that I have, minus the Godzilla 2004 figure, or Final Wars figure, that, you know, is about as tall as these guys are, but not to the standard and quality of what these two are. So again, just to show their size here, you know, this is 30 centimeters. I would have to assume this is about, give or take, probably about like 25 centimeters tall. But there is a huge difference between these two. This one is light and vinyl. This one is resin. Ooh, and ridiculously heavy. But nonetheless, I mean, the thing is, Dope Pope designed this one, Dope Pope designed this one. So it's just really cool to have these figures, and I just love these to death. So swing on by Titanic Creations, and like I said, like with the last video, I will have a link to all of their sites from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, and even their website. So that if you want to purchase one of these figures, hopefully they still have some that you are able to purchase, you can swing by there. Also, like I said before, they have young Gary, which now he is fully 100% funded. So we are going to be getting all the amazing extras that are going to be coming with young Gary. It is going to be amazing. This has been the greatest year so far for, I would call them underrated kaiju. And we've also got Pulgasari that's going to be coming out here soon. So Titanic Creations is on a roll. I mean, they're even trying to acquire some rights from Toho to make some of their obscure monsters that they don't have a whole lot of figures for. I mean, they are very ambitious, and I am loving how they are just chugging along and bringing out and producing such amazing work. So keep it up, Titanic Creations. We need this kind of stuff. So thank you guys for joining us today here. And if you have not yet, please like this video, subscribe to this video or to this channel. So far, I think we have 254 subscribers. That is the most I've ever had. I would like to try to get up to 1,000, but you know, again, that's going to probably take a few more years for me to get up to 1,000. But I would like to at least try. If you guys have any suggestions for review videos, please drop a comment down below and let me know what you would like for me to review, and if I'm able to get said figure or said anything and review it. I am more than happy to try to reach out to the community and see what you guys would want me to try to react to or comment to. So without without any further ado, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, happy Independence Day, even though it's 2 days late. And we will see you guys next time.